the ozone layer. The ozone layer can send back ultraviolet radiation, or most of it. It can only allow a very small fraction to reach the Earth, which is needed for life. But most of the ultraviolet radiation, which is very harmful radiation, it penetrates the body, causes skin cancer, causes lots of eye diseases, can burn forests and burn animals and plants. This is sent back to outer space. Above that, we find the ionosphere. And the ionosphere is a charged zone, a zone full of ions, electrically charged particles. This can be used to send back radio waves and telecommunication waves. And without this, a form of return, which was not known until the 20th century. Above that, or within the ionosphere itself, we have the radiation belts, which are known as the Van Allen's belts. They send most of the cosmic radiation, which are actually lethal to life.
Yeah. So the returning is both returning back to Earth, returning back to the universe.
Back to the universe.
All for the benefit of mankind.
Or the benefit of life on the surface of that planet. Above that, we find the magnetosphere. Magnetosphere also plays a very important role in combating cosmic radiation away from the Earth. And it allows the cosmic particle, cosmic radiation, to revolve around the Earth without entering to the lower atmosphere. Above that, we have the exosphere, outer space. And most of these zones can help in expelling or sending away many harmful forms of matter and energy that come from the sun or from other stars. And all these zones also play a very important part in burning meteorites into meteors. And of course, only small quantities of dust can, or ash can reach the Earth. So we know today at least 10 forms, 5 forms of useful forms of matter and energy that rise from the Earth and are returned back to Earth by the sky, and 5 forms of matter and energy that come from outer space to our atmosphere and are sent back by these zones. So with one word, the glorious Quran has expressed this beautiful character of the sky, without which life would have been virtually impossible on the surface of our planet.
But I'm a bit confused here.
Yes.
The ionosphere is higher than the ozonosphere.
Yes.
Right? But the ozonosphere returns back radiation from the sun.
Yes.
And the ionosphere, which is above it, returns back radio waves to the Earth.
Yes. 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 It's amazing. It's amazing. And actually, the returning back of these cosmic radiations plays a part in the ionization of the ionosphere.
It's a very collective word, actually.
It is.
Very much.
It is indeed. With one word.
Everything in one word.
With one word.
Exactly.
And that's why the Quran said, وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الرَّجْعِ.
Yes.
And as I said earlier, when a Quranic verse comes in the context of an oath, we all believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is above giving an oath. Who are we that Allah will give us an oath? An oath is usually given by the weaker to the stronger, to the small, from the smaller to the greater. But when a Quranic verse comes in the context of an oath, this is a way of directing our attention to the importance of the matter by which the oath has been given.
So we can go on and do some researches.
Inshallah.
Exactly.
Inshallah.
Professor Zaghloul, also our deeds, the deeds that we do,
yes,
they are also returning from.
No, they are not returning. They are being recorded, and they will be exposed to you in the day of judgment. A film. Each one of us will receive a recorded film, and he will be asked, اقرأ كتابك كفى بنفسك اليوم عليك حسيبا. Read your own book and judge yourself.
Yes, but one of the scholars said that if our deeds go up to the sky and they are good, then the circumstances will come from the sky and they are good also.
But this is not. This is a metaphoric way of saying it, because if you do something good, Allah will know it, and Allah will send a reward for it.
Yes.
This is the meaning of it. You see, Allah will send your reward, and this reward comes from above.
Yes. So I was just wondering, you said that the sky also returns heat.
Yes.
Yeah. What is it only the purpose of conditioning the Earth?
Because if the sun sets without this heat return, we would have been frozen completely. we, animals, plants, the earth would freeze. So it's a mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that the clouds that send down rain, they are the same clouds that send down heat to us. And strangely enough, this lower zone of the atmosphere is named scientifically the troposphere. And tropos means the sphere that returns. Troposphere means the sphere that returns.
That's in Latin.
Tropos in Latin means, yes, the sphere, exactly, as if it is an exact translation of the word ar-rajh.
And that was found out how many years ago?
Of course, very late in the 20th century.
But the returning also has an effect. For example, during the summer, it's very hot.
Yes.
And during the night, it's very cold.
Yes.
Does this have any relation to what you're speaking?
You see, in summer, we have a wind driven from the sea to land due to the variation in the atmospheric pressure. So you have a breeze coming from the sea to land due to the heat on the land.
Okay.
Because if you heat the air, you actually reduce its density, and then they become a low of depression. And this attracts air currents from cooler zones. During winter time, you see, the earth would be cooler than the sea, and that's why the cool we will cooler than the sea, and actually we will get a lighter, warmer wind from the sea to warm the earth. So this is again the transformation of heat has something to do with the pressure of the air.
Yeah.
Whether you have a high pressure zone or a low pressure zone.
But there's one thing also confusing me.
Yes.
In science, there is a law that hot air rises. How can the sky return hot air, make it coming down?
You see, the clouds reflect any waves, any heat waves that are sent up to it.
Okay.
So they just reflect it. Although it's a very cool zone, as I said, minus 60 degrees centigrade above the equator, yet the reflection is so swift, so quick, that it does not get the chance to be actually cool. It goes up and comes down immediately. It goes up and comes down immediately. Yeah.
Dr. How can the volcanic eruptions, when they return, how could they be useful?
Because you see, you have lots of gases that come out from volcanic vents, lots of ashes that come up from the volcanic vents, and the greatest thing that comes from volcanic vents is water vapor. More than 70% of the gases coming out from volcanic eruptions is water vapor. And this water vapor, as it condenses in the clouds, come back as rain. And this is one of the most valuable additions of the water on the surface of our planet. And recently, most secular scholars speak about fighting for water, struggling for water. And they say the amount of water on the surface of our planet is limited, and the population is steadily increasing. So people have to fight for water. And they don't know that Allah, who has created that water from within molten magma at temperatures more than 1,000 degrees centigrade, is capable of sending more water through volcanic vents. So one of the most valuable things that come out from volcanic vents is water vapor. Secondly, we have carbon dioxide. And carbon dioxide is the basic element from which all the food chain is produced through the photosynthesis of plants. And you get carbohydrates, sugars, starches, cellulosic material. All this comes out of carbon dioxide.
SubhanAllah. So this very dangerous lava sea is
very
useful.
Very useful, very much
very
needed.
Interesting.
Yes.
We wish to continue, but sadly we have come to the end of this episode. We'll continue later. Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Thank you, our dear guests. Thank you, viewers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.